Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about hydration, and on this channel the videos that I make mostly are about the raw vegan fruitarian style of diet. So we talk about those kind of issues. If you want to subscribe, fair enough. And hydration is kind of interesting because if we look at the standard information on hydration, how much people should drink, we hear this thing about 8 glasses of water a day. I don't know if many people drink that much, or if anyone drinks that much really. But as raw vegans, and when we come into this, we kind of think, well, maybe that's because they are eating a lot of salt and eating cooked food, and they need to rehydrate because that diet is a dehydrating diet. And so a lot of raw fooders would think that they don't have to drink water or don't have to drink a lot of water. So if I go back to when I started off, well, if I go back to previously, even before all this, before going raw and all this, my first diet change really ever, or one of them, was starting to drink water, because I never drank water at all when I was a child really, until I was maybe 14 or 15 or something. Like, I literally didn't drink any water. So I don't know how that works, but I never drank any water, and because I didn't like it. And then I saw a program about it, and then I started to drink water. And from there, before I got into the raw thing, I was drinking loads. I would always drink loads of water, big bottles, a lot of water, a lot of the time. Loved it, actually. Loved drinking water. And when I got into raw, one of the first people I followed, mentors, was Durian Rider. And Durian Rider was a big advocate of drinking water, of being hydrated. So his thing was all about, you get up in the morning, you get hydrated, maybe you have a little bit of fruit, you exercise, and he always said sleep, water, sugar. I think that was his phrase: sleep, water, sugar, for performance, for high level performance, right? And that's what I followed for sure. Water. Basically, the whole thing was about, you should be peeing clearly, 7 to 10 times a day or something like that. If you don't wake up during the night to pee, you're not drinking enough water. If you feel thirsty, you're not drinking enough water. You need to drink before you get thirsty, and all this kind of stuff. Now, when I started to go to some of the events, that's not what all the presenters say. So in the 8 to 10 10 diet, for example, Doug Graham talks about the idea that people aren't really designed as water drinkers, and it would be unsafe for us to go try and drink water or something like that. We'd expose ourselves, our vulnerable parts and things. I'm not so sure about where that information comes from. And Robert Lockhart, obviously, was a guy that he didn't really drink water, got his water from fruit, did dry fasting, ended up in ultimately being fatal, but potentially causing damage before that. But over the last few years, I've definitely not really focused on drinking water, and I was rarely drinking water. And it's funny because sometimes if you go to like tropical countries and things, you'd think that you would be more dehydrated because of the heat, but actually you're not. For some reason, you actually don't. But yeah, I've not really been focusing on water, and I'm starting to think that's probably a mistake, because Harley was always saying all these fruitarians think you don't need to drink water because you're getting your water from fruit, but you still need to drink water on top of that. Now, he was talking from a perspective of a high performance athlete. Now, the difference between him and me, average people that don't really do athletics to that level, is that he has a real way of tracking his performance. When he's on his bike or when he's doing that stuff, he knows when he's at his best and when he's not at his best, and can see the things that affect that and can affect the performance. I would say that Doug Graham would be the same as a high level athlete and coach, so he'd be able to say that as well. So I don't know where the difference comes in both of their opinions. Obviously, Harley's now back to cook food quite a while ago, so the comparison isn't as good anymore. And I think Harley did eat a lot of dried fruit, dates, dried bananas. He ate a lot of dried fruit and things like that. So that could be another reason. So it could be the case that we can get all our water from fruit. I mean, certainly enough to survive, obviously. But the question is it enough to be at optimal level of performance and clarity of mind and energy, and so that everything else is functioning at its best? I'm not convinced anymore that we can just get enough from fruit and everything. So I'm quite happy to continue to drink water and drink more water and drink enough that you're not thirsty, and drink enough that you're hydrated, you're peeing clearly, and all that stuff. So it's another thing that I've started to pay a bit more attention to. And the reason I was thinking about this recently is I was starting to go to the gym, and there was a few days I went to the gym and I was like, wow, I was really blown away by how much more exercise I was able to do. And then there was another few times where I was like, I just don't really feel it. And then when I started to look back on it, I thought, I think that's when I was drinking more water. I think that was the only real difference, that I was drinking more water. So I think there's something in it. I'm going to keep experimenting with it. I've no desire to cut out water completely. By the way, another lesson that Harley taught me years ago from his videos was he was cycling around Central Park and he stopped and he was talking about drinking from a water fountain. And he said that a lot of people would say, that isn't that disgusting, drink from a water fountain, all that toxins and who knows what's in the pipes and all that. And I've seen people that were literally eating junk food, but they were like, oh, is that tap water? Because they think there's this junk. All marketing information nonsense from all the people that profit from bottled water and stuff, and water distillers. But the water that's coming out of your taps is fine. But what he was saying is it's more important to be hydrated than to have the best quality water. Obviously you need to avoid cholera and stuff like that, but that's different. But it's better to be hydrated than get dehydrated because you're avoiding potential toxins in the water. And I thought that was a great lesson, and it's also a way that I look around a lot of things, because you can focus on the idea there's toxins in the water, but when you obviously think the dehydration is a much more potent, powerful thing that's affecting you right now, so in that one-off instance you might want to do that. And it's the same with a lot of things when it comes to health. We have to look at the much, much bigger picture rather than think about short-term toxin thing that just gets dealt with by your kidneys and your liver. These are very low levels of toxins that are in things like the water supply that are there to stop you from dying from waterborne diseases, viruses and stuff. So anyway, I'm drinking more water. I'm enjoying that. I think I do feel better, but I really want to see if it helps me with my fitness and see how it affects even like weight loss, weight gain, I don't know, different things like that. And we'll see how that is going forward. So thank you for watching. Hope you got something out of this. And if you'd like to get more information about the UK Fruit Fest, which is a raw vegan event, you can go to fruitfest.co.uk/registration. We are in the last week of a free ticket prize draw, which will be drawn at the end of January. So if you're interested in trying to win a free ticket, go there, fruitfest.co.uk/registration. If you'd like some information or to join my mailing list, get more information from me like that and learn about coaching and different things I do, The link below, bit.ly/coach with Ronnie or something like that. I'll put the link below. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in another video.